when you play somebody else, is there any space for being, as they say, practical?
I mean, at the end of the day, when we are shooting a scene, as lost as one may be in the performance and in the moment, there's still a part of your brain that's working, that's telling you that's your mark. If you're walking, I mean, of course, a fine line, trying to avoid the pitfalls of falling into being jingoistic, so you have to find that right balance and say the story that kind of is in tune and in line with your energy and your outlook.
What is the greatest joy about working with your father?
His wealth of knowledge, his sense of humor, and his absolutely unbiased criticism when it needs to come.
Do you think that we have the quality to make, or we have the steel to make films, songs, to have that lasting quality? Why have you not directed a film in so long? And when are you going to be a director again
is
for
this
us?
a complaint that about my acting that बस अब बंद करो? यार जब मैं एक्टिंग कर रहा था आप लोग बोल रहे थे मैं डायरेक्ट नहीं कर रहा हूँ, अब मैं डायरेक्ट करने वाला और बोल रहा हूँ एक्टिंग छोड़ देते और make up your minds and let me know. I am happy to do both.
Welcome to Just Do Filmy. I'm sitting with Farhan Akhtar and I'm super excited to talk to him about 120 Bahadur that drops, of course, in cinemas on the 21st of November. Farhan, I want to start by asking you a very pointed question.
Yeah, sure.
Which is, how do you decide that you're going to cast yourself in a film?
I don't decide whether I'm going to cast myself. I actually don't. If I decided I was going to cast myself in a film, then I would act in films that I'm directing.
Correct.
Would be probably easiest, least date problems.
Of course.
All that kind of stuff. But no, it's not that. I mean, this is the directors that I've worked with have been the ones who've conceptualized me in playing the part that you see me in. So it's, I mean, really a question for them.
So was there a negotiation for this one, particularly to play Major Shaitan Singh Bhati? Like, was there a time when they came to you and said, Farhan, we want you to play him? And what was your reaction to that?
Actually, Rezi and I have worked in advertising over the years.
Yes.
And he has spoken to me about this character. He has spoken to me about this film, the event itself, over many years. And he kept mentioning at that time that he's really, really wanting to make this into a film. So I had mentioned to him at that time that, I mean, if there's any way you feel that I can help you with it, I mean, please do reach out because it sounds like an incredible story. So he just came, suddenly one day he called up and said, I've got that script ready. Would you like to hear it? I'd love you to play the part of Shaitan Singh Bhati ji. So that's really how it happened. So he just reached out and I heard the script. I loved it. And here we are today.
It's amazing. The trailer, the teaser, all of it, the soundtrack has given me goosebumps.
Oh, thank you.
Because I truly feel that there is a need for us to be inspired. And I think cinema plays such a big part in that, right? However, I also know that we're in times where we are almost reclaiming the war genre. Because at one level, anything that is about our country could swing the other way and could become propaganda. But when it's in your hands, I know as an audience that wo nahi hoga. Does this thought ever cross your mind? Because I think that when you are upset about something or you want something to be right, some people would say, no, yeah, I won't do that, okay? Because it could be interpreted another way. But here you are front and center saying, no, we must do it. So I think there's two ways to look at it, right? So how do you navigate that in your head?
The important thing is just to be true to the essence of the story. I mean, again, this is not make-believe.
Yeah.
This is something that really happened. So when you have a blueprint that you're working with, when you have inherently characters in a film that are doing what they do because the country matters to them, the security of the country matters to them, the identity of the people matter to them, their culture matters to them, what they're protecting matters to them. When you inherently have that, there's not much that you need to do to tom-tom it any further. They're living the life. So when you're already seeing them, they're doing things. So regardless of what they say, they're already doing it. You're watching actions unfold. So there's no need for to beat the drum louder than it already is beating. And I mean, again, it's any kind of film. It's the interpretation the sensibility of the filmmaker that reveals itself.
100%.
You know, that's really what happens. So, I mean, the people that I've worked with, you know, I mean, be it Rezi on this film, Rakeysh on Bhag Milka Bhag.
Yes, yes.
You know, we produced a film called Ground Zero recently,
yes.
which was about terrorism in Kashmir.
Yeah.
So you're walking, I mean, of course, a fine line, you know, of trying to avoid the pitfalls of falling into being jingoistic, because jingoism is very ugly.
Yeah.
That's my take on
Sure.
it. But at the end of the day, patriotism is beautiful.
So
you know,
true.
so you have to find that right balance and
Sure.
say the story that kind of is in tune and in line with your energy and your outlook on the world. And that's why it reflects in our work, I guess.
There is a danger of course, falling in love with the people you play on screen. And I say danger because I know for a fact that you yourself personally was deeply impacted when we lost Milkha Singh Sahab.
Yeah.
And yet you do it all over again. And this is what I love about you, because you were saying that I'm going to play another person now. Okay. So my question to you is, when you play somebody else, is there any space for being, as they say, practical? Is there any place for being pragmatic? Is there any place for being, this is my distance, this is my line? Because journalists often get asked this question, that you are not the subject. But you are, you know.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, there is a certain embodying of someone's personality and of somebody's life experience that you have to bring into your performance. But you know for a fact that you're not that other person.
Sure.
You know, I mean, that it's very, very, very clear.
Of course.
I mean, at the end of the day, when we are shooting a scene, as lost as one may be in the performance and in the moment, and in that emotion, there's still a part of your brain that's working, that's telling you that's your mark. That you have to go and stop it.
Yes, yes.
That part is also working actively. You know what I mean? So it's very schizophrenic when it comes to that kind of thing. But undoubtedly, there are aspects of every character, and I wouldn't say that this is only about biopics or films that are based on real people. Every character does something to you in some way.
Yeah.
It may be very latent and on a very subconscious level, but it does do something to you. I mean, because you are experiencing something. I mean, why does the laughter club work?
Sure.
You know, people go for healing in some kind of way where you're forcing yourself to laugh.
Yeah.
And through that, there's an energy that's created, you know, and it affects your personality and it changes you. You maybe let go of things. And so similarly, there's a cathartic kind of experience that happens when you act, because you're forcing yourself into somebody else's shoes for a certain amount of time. So that does change you, you know. So that's something that I think an actor will go through regardless of what kind of role they do. Some obviously have larger impact than others. They do, of course, because of the amount of effort and time maybe you put into something.
Yeah.
But that's really what it is.
When did you realize that you've kind of little bit, okay, I can't say you can be somebody else perfectly, completely, wholly, but was there a moment when you thought that you'd kind of grasped who this person was that you were playing? And I want, like, if you can give us a specific moment, maybe when you were enacting a scene, or maybe when you wore his clothes, or maybe when you said a dialogue.
I definitely feel that the minute any person, and I don't mean only an actor, I feel today if I bring in an army uniform and I ask you to go and put it on and come back, you will feel like a completely different person. It does something to you. You know, it changes the way you sit.
Yeah.
It changes the way you feel you're being perceived. There's an immediate feeling of I need to behave myself and I need to do the right thing that comes when you do it. So it has an incredible effect. And I think that's because of the respect that we have for it.
Yes.
Rightfully so.
Yes.
But while I was doing this film, so I read whatever I could about Shaitan Singh Ji, and then I met his family. And his son, Narpat Ji, told me that the one thing that was very, very memorable about Shaitan Singh Ji was that he would always be smiling. Like even in the toughest of situations, you know, when he was stressed, he would always have a bit of a smile on his face. And again, I mean, obviously that is something that you want to use, but you don't want it to be like, oh my God, I have to do it, because then it becomes fake.
Yes.
You know?
Of course, yeah.
So, but what I took from it was that somehow he was someone who could look at things with a certain degree of, how would I say, with therav, like not immediately get thrown into something and have a reaction of a certain kind. So he had a great check on his emotions. And it obviously was also true, if somebody is that kind of person, that they more often than not are deep thinkers, because they take their time to really think about what they're going to say.
Correct.
They have a certain inner monologue or an inner dialogue that happens before they speak.
Sure.
So those were the cues that I could take from what he was saying. That's what I tried to work with. Again, when you're on set and performing, it's not conscious. But I'm happy that when people have now seen the film, especially his son came and saw it.
Yes.
And he was very, very taken in and very happy with what he saw. And that to me felt good.
That also sounds like the qualities of a great leader.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Isn't it?
And he was. I mean, he was a great leader. You know, I mean, to motivate people, to inspire people, to hold their ground. It's not an easy thing to do. And I mean, and to lead them. I mean, if you read about the battle itself, I mean, he was moving from platoon to platoon, making sure that things were going well. But of course, it's the combined. The result is a combined effect of his leadership.
Sure.
And of the courage of these incredible men.
Yes.
You know, so just all in all, it's just an incredible event.
Would someone come into this film and learn something about teamwork if they were working in a corporate?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yes.
If there's anything to learn in this film, it's about teamwork.
It's teamwork, right? Which takes me back to Lakshya. And I think everyone's going to talk to you about Lakshya because that is so front and center with a film like this. I want to ask you, what did you learn on the set of Lakshya that you brought in to this film here? Because you're not directing here, you're producing here and you're acting here. There you were directing. But there could have been something that really served you well when you were working in this genre again.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, the experience of shooting in Ladakh for 5 months really prepared me for what's going to happen.
Yes.
And given the fact that the genres were similar, you know, so we did shoot a lot of war when we were there for Lakshya. So that helped me here as well. So there was nothing surprised me as far as the making of the movie was concerned.
Correct.
I mean, obviously your efforts are different because there I was directing, here I'm acting. But it wasn't a new experience for me.
Sure.
I mean, it was revisiting something.
Of course.
You know, and I think it was useful to a lot of the other actors who were coming there to shoot for the first time.
Sure.
To kind of be with them and kind of talk them through that experience. So the experience really helped me, not just for myself, but I think it helped me even with the other cast members and stuff who were kind of finding their feet of how to
for the first
navigate this terrain, you know, for the first time.
Absolutely. What is the greatest joy about working with your father?
His wealth of knowledge, his sense of humor, you know, and his absolutely unbiased criticism when it needs to come. You know, and people would think that, chalo, bacche, he'll spare them. I think he spares us the least. You know, so, but it's always a pleasure working.
Yeah, because I wonder, you're not a director here, but you're still the producer of this film.
Yes.
I mean, your company is producing this film. You're also involved. I'm guessing that there could be a time when there's a song that comes to you, and you've done this before with him many times. But what have you learned about negotiating a lyric with Mr. Javed Akhtar?
No, I've learned not to negotiate. That's what I've learned not to. The thing is that and which is true. And again, maybe with experiences, this is something that I've understood and learned. Is there is a reason why we work with certain people that we consider experts.
Yeah, of
you
course.
know, I mean, so the important thing is to learn from them as opposed to try to teach them. When I was young and completely like, I want every lyric word to be something that resonates with me personally.
Correct.
I over time realized that there is an audience out there that doesn't always think exactly like you.
Sure.
You know, so it's, and he's been writing songs for such a long time. His knowledge of lyric writing, knowledge of poetry is so far ahead of where I am, that I should actually just be happy and be grateful that I'm getting an opportunity to sit with him and learn from him.
How beautiful. How beautiful. Shreya's song, I must say, maybe I'm overstating it, but the first time I heard her song, it took me back to the feeling I had when I heard Mere Watan Ke Logo.
Right.
And the reason being that this is a female experience of a war. And I think that is a rare experience. And only in the movies can we do that, right? Can we give voice and expression to women who are also as equally part of the war? Any fondness for this song in particular in the soundtrack?
Oh, 100%. I mean, firstly, you've set a very, very high bar by comparing it to a song that's
iconic.
I mean, just absolutely iconic. I'm really, really happy that we have a song of this nature in our film, which is a sensitive song. And it's the first time a song has been written from the point of view of Mother India to her fallen son. And I love the meaning of the song. I love the way Shreya has sung it. She's brought an incredible amount of, I mean, of course, how would you call it? I mean, just a beautiful tone of her voice. But apart from that, an emotion into it. And I think a lot of that happened because, I mean, she did mention to me that this is the first time in her career she's getting to do a song of this nature. She hasn't done like a patriotic song before of this kind. And that it's a song that is a woman's point of view made it very, very special. You know, I absolutely love that song. I think that's really going to be a song, in my understanding of music and longevity of music. I feel that's going to be a song that's going to be heard for a long, long time.
I'm glad you said that, because one of my questions was going to be, do you think that we have the quality to make, or we have the steel to make films, songs, or anything that creatively we do make, to have that lasting quality? Because you can never plan for it. You can only hope for it. But do you think that we can still do it?
We are still doing it. I think if you think back, even over just the last 5 years, I mean, even if they're few and far between, but there always will be films that will stay with you and songs that will stay with you. And I think it changes generation upon generation. You know, I think we also have to see it as not a constant, because we always gauge things from our point of view. And because of the time that we grew up in and what we heard and what we saw, and we feel it's not the same. You know, but somebody else who's way younger, you know, maybe is just turning 20 now, their life experience is very, very different. You know, so they'll be attached to different things, and for them, longevity in terms of what kind of content will feature in their list of this will last for a long, long time, may be different from us.
So true, because Lakshya, this film and Memories of Lakshya, and students coming on, remember at the teaser launch?
Yes, that's right.
Students were only talking about how it impacted them when they were growing up.
That's right.
That's such a great point. I'm so glad that you said that, because it's been bothering me. My last question has to be the question that everybody wants to ask Farhan Akhtar. Why have you not directed a film in so long? And when are you going to be a director again
is
for
this
us?
a complaint that about my acting, that bas ab band karo?
Not at all.
No, I will. I start directing next year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my God, that's
Dawn
big.
3 kicks off next year.
Yes,
so
of
I'm going to be directing. Where was I recently? I was recently speaking to somebody, and I said I'm going to be doing Dawn 3. So they're like, आपने तो acting छोड़ ही दी है.
Oh,
I said, यार जब मैं acting कर रहा था, आप लोग बोल रहे थे मैं direct नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं direct करने वाला हूँ, बोल रहा हूँ acting छोड़ दिया. So make up your minds and let me know. I'm happy to do both.
We're happy to see you do all of it, actually. There's more than both. There's lots that you do. And the most important, of course, being that what you use for voice, your voice for, and that is constantly for the upliftment of men and women to be better for ourselves. So thank you so much, Farhan. I had a great time chatting with you, and hope it was the same for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Farhan Akhtar, and I'm on Just to Filmy with Rotalks.